So if you've clicked on this video, you've just noticed that I just changed the channel name, and I'm just going to make a really quick video to explain why. The first thing though that I want to stress and get out of the way is I'm not changing the content at all. This is not some kind of pivot, so you don't have to worry. The videos aren't changing. I'm still going to be making the same model history videos the same way that I've been making them for the last 2 years. All I'm doing, I think, is changing it to a name that better represents the content I already make. So if that's all that you're worried about, that's really the only point I want to get across in this video. There's no hook that you need to watch to the end to learn something special. That's it. Next week, I'll be uploading another model history video as usual. I'll see you there. But if you're curious why I'm changing the name, I'll take just a couple of minutes to explain. Now, the main reason, to be frank, is I don't like this name anymore, and I'll explain why. But I think the best way to explain this, I kind of have to tell you why the channel was named that originally, because I would suspect most of you don't know. I don't think that there's that many OG viewers around anymore from the old days of when I was a tutorial channel. But believe it or not, I started this channel in 2017 just as a tutorial channel, and I made videos at first working on my Integra because that was the only car I had, and then later on my CL, and later on my EM1 when I acquired those cars. And when I started the channel, I was working at a Honda dealer at the time, kind of was making tutorial videos as a hobby, partially because I was frustrated with all the tutorial videos that existed at that time where someone couldn't point a camera at what the hell they were doing. And I was like, come on, it's not that hard. All right, fine, I'll just do it. And that's what I made for the first couple of years, just strictly tutorial videos. I think I gained about maybe 300 subscribers doing that. And I called it Acura Advice because that was the car that I owned, was an Acura, and I worked for Honda. That's what I was used to working on. And then, well, I guess I was an Eric the Car Guy wannabe, basically. Let's call a spade here. But to be honest with you, my original idea that I wanted to name the channel was Auto Advice, because to be honest, even back then, I didn't want to be limited just to making Honda and Acura videos. But to my despair, the Auto Advice was already taken by like a fairly big channel. So I was like, oh man, now what do I name it? And then I was like, oh, Acura Advice. That's got a similar ring to it, and the only car I own is my Integra, so I guess that's what all the videos are going to be on. Now, fast forward to the early 2020s, like 2020, 2021, I started experimenting with kind of some different style videos. And one day I posted what I guess I would call a model history video on the Honda Accord. That was the first video of that style I ever posted. It's not very good, but it got like 5,000 views in the first couple of weeks, which at that time I was only getting maybe 500 views. So then I made another one. I think the second one I made was on the Integra. And then I made another one and another one. And after making 5 or 6 of those videos, the channel actually got monetized and I hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, at first, I still wanted to make wrenching videos too. And I tried to mix in both style videos, but every time I would post a wrenching video, with the exception of one that kind of did okay, they would just completely bomb and kill all the momentum that I had gained from whatever the last model history video I'd posted was. I quickly learned that like people were subscribing to me for these model history videos, and the wrenching videos just weren't doing anything. So I started making them less and less and eventually just stopped. Now, I would like to start making videos like that again someday, but I'll make a separate channel and put them there when I start doing that. So as I started making these model history videos, I started to feel that this name was kind of limiting because I wanted to make videos on more than just Hondas and Acuras. I remember the first Lexus video I ever posted was on the Lexus SC, and then I did the Lexus LS. My Lexus and Toyota videos did very well, and I was happy about that. It meant I could start covering other makes. And it didn't really seem to matter that the channel was called this. The channel was still doing well. But I still kind of felt it was a little bit limiting. And another thing that I didn't like about it, now that the channel was monetized, is, I mean, this technically is using someone else's trademark, which in theory could cause issues if down the road, if the channel gets big enough. And aside from that, this means I can never put my brand name on anything. Like I can't put it on shirts. I can't really put it on anything. And on top of all that, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I don't even like anything these guys make anymore. I don't think Acura's made a car I liked in like 10 years. I mean, I love 80s and 90s Acuras and Hondas. Those are some of my favorite cars ever, but I'm really not interested in what they're making nowadays. And as a matter of fact, I'm not really that interested in 21st century cars in general. I like cars from the 90s era and older. Now, that's not to say that there's nothing that I like from the 21st century. I mean, I like G35s, I like RSXs, TSXs, those are all pretty good. But my real passion is 20th century cars. If you can't tell, I kind of live in the 20th century, aside from the whole being on the internet thing, which is obviously very 21st century meta. So I feel that calling the channel 20th century cars is a much more accurate representation of what I'm passionate about, what the channel's about, and the videos that I already make and want to continue to make. Whereas this kind of implies that I should be reviewing new cars like the Acura 80X, which I don't really like. That's just whatever. It's a boring run-of-the-mill crossover. Who cares? And I feel like whenever I tell someone about my channel and I tell them it's called Acura Advice, I always got to explain to them why it's called that and the type of videos that I make. They'll be like, "Oh, what's your latest video?" And I'll be like, "Well, I just posted a video on the Mazda Miata." And then they're like, "Well, why are you called Acura Advice then?" And it's like, well. So it just logically doesn't make a lot of sense. Long story short, I feel that this name more accurately represents what I'm passionate about. I like it. I can make videos on any car from the 20th century I want now. By the way, you don't worry, like when I cover a car, like for example, the Toyota Corolla, whenever it's a car that they still make today, when I do my videos, I'm still gonna follow the model evolution all the way up into the 21st century and to current. So I'll still be talking about new cars sometimes, well, often really. But if you guys haven't noticed, all the cars I pretty much always pick are cars that originated in the 20th century, with a few exceptions. Like I did a G35 video, I did a Pilot video, an MDX video, an RDX video. But for the most part, I like to talk about cars that originated in the 20th century. And if they still exist in the 21st century, then I will follow their model evolution through there. And that's not to say I'm never going to make another video again about a car from that originated in the 21st century. But in general, like I'm not going to make a video on a Hyundai Santa Fe. I mean, who cares? But I probably will make a video on the Hyundai Excel or the Hyundai Pony. But honestly, number one is I don't have to worry about using someone else's brand name anymore, especially when a lot of my videos are pretty critical on the product that these guys make now. I could see one day if the channel got big enough, they get a little upset that I'm using their name in my name, and I wouldn't blame them. And someday, if we ever get a silver play button, it's not going to say Acura on it. It's going to say a name that I feel better represents me. I've changed my Instagram name to 20th Century Cars, and also my TikTok. I don't really post on TikTok anymore, but I know some people do still discover me through there, through the 1-minute car reviews that I used to post on there. So I've changed that name as well. For right now, my website, if you want to buy this shirt, is still acuraadvice.com because I already bought that domain. And I don't really think I need to change that right away. It's fine. My email is still going to be contact@acuraadvice.com. Maybe down the road, I can set up a different domain and just have acuraadvice.com forward to that domain or something. But for now, whatever. Most people are going to get to my website by clicking on the little pictures of the shirts below my videos anyways, or the link that I post in the description. The last thing that I'll say is the reason that I'm changing the channel name now is because, to be honest with you, I wanted to change the channel name about a year ago. But a year ago is when the channel really started to take off, and I started getting a lot of views. It was right after I posted my Toyota Cressida video, because that video really took off in the algorithm, and I had a good boost for a while around that time. And I didn't want to change my channel name at that time because I was worried that could really kill the momentum. And I think that would probably happen if you tried to change your channel name when your channel is really going through a growth spurt. I think it would be likely to mess things up. Unfortunately, the channel is really struggling right now and not doing very well. Like my last video was on the Mazda Miata. It was highly requested, and yet when I posted it, barely even any of my subscribers watched it. I think I may as well use this as an opportunity to change the name, because I don't really have to worry about losing momentum right now, because there ain't much of it to lose. And hopefully over the next few videos, maybe I can get out of the slump and the channel will start gaining momentum again. And then I will have a name that I like better, and I don't have to worry about changing it and losing momentum because I'll have already changed the name to something that I like.